So it's good morning from Lisbon.
Yes, we're here. It's a bit misty today. Some of the bridge bits are obscured, but we're heading off now to, where is it?
Rocio Square.
Rocio Square, where we're going to join our Viator tour for food and drink, Portuguese food and drink. So we'll see what happens. So heading up the main street now to Rosario Square, aren't we?
We are.
Trying not to trip over the pavement. Weather's brightening up even more now, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's quite different from when we were here at Christmas, with all the Christmas decorations and everything up. We've still got, what's his name? Dom Pedro up there? So we're here a little bit early. So as we got early, we thought we'd stop for a coffee, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So we've got a couple of cappuccinos here. We'll see what they're like.
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to put some sugar in.
Really?
Yeah.
As we said earlier, we booked this tour through Viator at a cost of £50 and 70p each. If you're interested in this or any other tours, there's a link in the description below. So we've had our coffee in the square here. We've just met up with our guide called Daniel. He's here sort of quarter of an hour early. He's just sorting out some paperwork and bits and pieces, and then we're gonna set off on our tour. Still waiting for others to arrive because we're about quarter of an hour early, but we got a quarter of an hour to wait, and then we should be on our way for our codfish and vino verde, which is our first stop.
And the rest.
And the rest, yeah, afterwards. To begin with, Daniel introduced himself to us all and then asked us briefly to introduce ourselves to each other.
I'm also a musician. I studied music, and for more than a decade all I did was rock and roll, and then stupid COVID happened, and well, life changed a little bit, and you know what they say, when one door closes, eventually another one opens, and well, this door opened inside Lisbon, the famous tote bag, okay? And it's been almost 5 years, and so far, so very good, okay?
Daniel outlined for us all the things that we were going to see, smell and taste on this trip. It was at this point that we realised how enthusiastic he was about his Portuguese food.
Slowly cook. The idea is that it starts simmering and it cooks for hours and hours and hours. Result, very tasty meat and very tender as well. Open the bun, put the meat there, add some of the gravy to make it more juicy, and then 2 toppings, which you guys can use or not. Mustard, sweet yellow mustard, that's common ground to all of us, I would say, and then the famous piri, peri, okay? That one, in my scale, from 1 to 5, it's a solid 3.5. So you might want to try it first before squishing it into the sandwich. Okay? Now, we Portuguese are known for 2 different things. Wine, cork, soccer players, football players.
I'm not seeing beer show up.
Sorry?
I'm not seeing beer show up on your list here.
No, exactly. We are not known for beer. Let's be honest, that's something from up north, from Central Europe, Germans, Dutch, Czech, etc. We traditionally, we are not brewers. We do wine, but man, our beer is good. You know, as they say, it's not much work, but it's honest work. Okay. After that, we go to a restaurant and we are going to have what we call arroz de pato, duck rice. Okay. It's kind of like a risotto done with duck meat. Okay. It's good. It's typical comfort food, and we are going to have a little plate of it with some red wine. Okay. From the south of the country. And then, last but not least, we end up in a very cute wine shop where we are going to have a seat and we are going to enjoy some sardines, chorizo, cheese, jam, olive oil, bread, and of course some nice, and this one a very good one, red wine from the south of our country. And that's it. Sounds good?
Yes.
Normally we have the chunks of cod, like the whole body, salted and dried right there. So what you do is you buy the cod, you have to slice it, and in a big bucket with water, you soak it. And that's a process that can take up to 3 days. And it's important, during those days, that water must be changed very many times, okay? What's the purpose? Remove the salt and rehydrate the fish. After that process is done, that cod that is normally shrunk and very salty, it's going to look like fresh cod. Well, the texture is going to be different, a bit more firm, not as soft as fresh cod. After that, you take that piece of cod and you shred it into little pieces. And on the side, in a frying pan, you're going to put olive oil, garlic and onion. You fry that mix, and at one point you add the cod. Let it rise for 10 minutes, and after that, the second ingredient, a superfood. Something that some nations were raised on it, and some nations fell when they didn't have it. We're talking about potatoes, okay? Mashed potatoes in the mix. Mix it all, and then some pepper, some parsley.
And to go with it, we had some of this. It was really quite nice.
You get to Porto
Drink port.
as well, but I would recommend not to stop the car and drive faster until you end up here in the northwest. Okay.
So Lindsay, we just had our fish cakes. They were really nice, were they?
Yeah, they were
A little
very
bit
nice.
of parsley
Very
or
nice.
something inside. It was
Yeah.
good. And the vino verde.
That was really nice. Very light.
Really nice. Really. Hi. It's our friends from Stockholm. I think we're going to get very close during the
Sorry.
Sweden. Yes, here they go. Donna and Thomas. There. We'll pop in and see them when we're in Stockholm later this year. Yeah. So, and the vino verde.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, it's so easy to drink. Yeah, and a full glass.
Very full. Very
Long
full.
may it continue. It's going to be a good trip.
Very important, okay? Now, where does it all come from, since we don't have cod in our coast? All of it, Iceland. But normally, nowadays, 90% of our cod is going to come from...
So this is the salt cod. And now we're going to try Romeo and Juliet, which is cheese and jam with a glass of port. Sounds good. So here it is, our little cheese things. With something on top, which I never said is jam. Yeah. And then we've got our port as well.
So guys,
So this is the cheese.
Romeo and Juliet. And you have to eat and sip.
Yeah. Cheese and jam, which is quince jam or jelly, and then wash it down with. Don't hang about, I want mine.
It's alright. Cheese isn't that tasty.
Cheese and wine though go
It
together.
goes really nice. And this was our next stop, where we tried the local cherry liqueur. Now we had the liqueur before, but not like this. This was a little kiosk off one of the squares where all they actually sold was this cherry liqueur. But they sold it with the cherries inside, and we were pre-warned that they were very sour. But of course, you had to check it out. So for this one, I volunteered Lindsay. Alcohol soaked cherries in the bottom.
I know. I'm not sure whether I ought to, but I'm going to try one.
Don't forget they got the stones in, so don't break your teeth. Is it like those pineapple chunks used to be when we had them in the no? Good? Sour or not good? Don't eat them? No. We continued our walking tour through the streets of Lisbon, with Daniel pointing out things of interest along the way. And we now found the other big square with the man on the horse. Didn't know this one existed. This was a quick look through the window of our next stop, where we were to enjoy a pork bun along with a local beer. So this is our pork buns and beer. And and I've got a little bit of peri sauce on there, and it's really, really nice. The bread is so fresh and tasty, it's gorgeous. Good.
Very good.
So we had our beer and our pork sandwiches.
Yeah, they're very nice.
And what was the mustard like?
It was nice.
Good.
It's a bit like American mustard. It's very nice.
I had the peri.
Bit hot?
No, it's lovely. Yeah, very nice. With every mouthful of food and glass of drink, our small group of followers began to bond very closely, and we almost felt like we were family.
When I was a kid, my mom, she did a small one just with chicken. Okay, so, because I guess chicken, they didn't deserve my empathy. But and then she did a small portion for me on the side. That's how spoiled I used to be. My dad would say, "I'm going to ruin the kids." But yeah, this is typical comfort food. We are going to have it as a smaller tasting, not like a full dish. Okay, it's good. Normally it comes with a little slice of orange, and then it's like, because the rice can be quite fatty, so it's one nice way to counter the more fatty flavor in the rice. Okay, and then to drink some red wine coming from our very own Arizona. Okay, so that's southern region right here, that it can be very hot. As such, the wine, mainly the red, can be normally very well bodied. Okay, and I hope you guys like it. It's more the house wine. Bear in mind that wine in Portugal, it's not a luxury. Wine is part of your diet. Okay?
So Lindsay, what do you think of your rice dish?
It's okay. It's a bit
all
salty.
gone, hasn't it? I thought it was really nice.
It's just a bit salty, isn't
Good.
it?
Thomas, what do you think?
I don't.
You don't like it?
I think it was
Okay.
not so well done in this too.
Okay. I quite liked it, because I'm not really a duck person. But I enjoyed it.
No, I don't think I've ever seen you eat anything that flies.
And so, after our duck dish, we continued our tour. This time we were heading towards the Elevador Castello, which was something completely new to me, bearing in mind how many times we've been to Lisbon. It was actually a building that looked like a house, but it was just an elevator. So this whole building that we just got in is just a house of lifts, isn't it?
Elevators.
Lifts, elevators, and we've come up to level 3A, so we don't really know where we are. But outside here is just a new street level, just the other side of the building. What do we think about that, Lindsay?
About what?
The elevator.
Oh, it's very nice.
Civilised.
Yeah. It's civilised, yes.
Better than walking,
Yes.
especially when you've had a few.
Yes.
On the different things you have on the table.
Okay, so in the middle of the table you have olive oil coming from the region of Alentejo. He will show in the south of Portugal.
Arizona.
It will feel a little bit spicy. Okay. Then you have two types of jam. You have pumpkin jam on my right, the orange one, also with cinnamon, and then you have green tomato jam. Then the wine from Alentejo as well. A blend between Trincadeira and Aragonês, two Portuguese grapes, and you also have Syrah.
There was going to be,
Those are the
so I might
best.
try one.
But I grew up
It's a
listening
little
to many
bit
Swedish
marinated
bands.
a little bit.
Not nice.
And that was me when I was a teenager. But
So
then
what's it taste of then?
Pickled fish.
Pickled fish.
Calm down a little bit.
Oh, pickled
And always
herring.
have a fun. You should do it if you have a chance.
Let's try the cheese.
restaurant we used to go to that made a pumpkin curry.
Cheese is really nice. As we neared the end of our tour, Daniel left us with a list of recommended bars and restaurants in Lisbon. And these are the lovely people we shared our tour with. When we got back on board, we met up with Jana and Emma from Future Cruises, who had arranged for us to have a look around a few more of the different cabin grades. So that's what we did, and we made a film. If you'd like to see the additional cabins film, I'll just put a link up above. So just to prove that we don't drink alcohol all the time, we've got a Pepsi and an orange juice, haven't we, Linz?
Oh, didn't they have any vodka in it?
No, it's not what you ordered.
No, it's not. No. Well,
just thirsty, aren't we?
after all that food and stuff that we had today, just needed a soft drink just to.
Yeah, quench the thirst. Ready to start off again later. And it looks like tonight is another martini night. And look who's here.
First one in.
Darn ducks gets everywhere. After having lots of food on our food tour, we decided tonight we'd just eat a little bit later and in the buffet. And here's a quick look at the menu so you can see what was on offer. So tonight, as we've been out on our food tour today, we've come up to the buffet and I just decided to have some lasagna, a bit of rice and some bread. So my next course, I'm having some salami and ham and bread and butter. And Lindsay had a chicken stir fry and she liked it so much she ate it before I could get the camera out. So, what have you got, Linz?
Ice cream.
Ice cream, but you're not really that fond of ice cream. Nice.
It's very good, but it's melting rather quickly.
Oh, it's because it's warm in here. You'll have to tell me what the corn is like when you get to it.
So, you've gone for ice cream again, Mr. Stone?
I have. And I've got ice cream of the day, which is raspberry ripple.
I can't see it properly.
Oh, there, it's very nice. And then I had some strawberry, because that's really nice. And then I thought I'd go sort of Neapolitan-ish almost, and had the chocolate as well.
You didn't decide to have the vanilla too?
I thought about it, but the three looked quite pretty in the dish, so I didn't.
Okay, keep to odd numbers, not even ones.
Odd's prettier. We were heading north now on our way back to Southampton, and there was a bit of a storm blowing, and this is what the swimming pool looked like on our way back to the theatre.
So it's really nice to have met Carrie and John this evening.
From Portsmouth.
From Portsmouth, and we've been trying to stand up.
Yeah, it's been difficult,
to
hasn't
have a
it?
photograph taken. Yeah, that was really nice, and I hope they enjoyed their dinner.
Yeah, I hope they did.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pathetic. Bonjour, buongiorno. Well, Bon Jovi. Buenos dias, buenas noches, buenos Aires. Guten Tag, guten Abend, gluten-free. To all the Australians, g'day, g'day, g'day. To the Americans, how you doing? To all the Irish. Yay! Damn. Sitting at the front, that's what we want, don't we? Good night, Scotland. Where are you? Put your hand. One at the back. One up there. No one down here. No? No. Oh, I do. I love the Scots. I do love the Scots, ladies and gentlemen. Have you been to Scotland? Have you been there?
Yes.
What a fantastic place. The Edinburgh Fringe, what a great place to go. I love Scottish food. McDonald's is my favourite. I had to go to a wedding last year. My mate got married for the third time. He said, this is my third wife. And I said, she wouldn't be my first choice either, mate. I've got to tell you.
So it's a bit rough at the moment, isn't it, Linz? Sorry, I'll try and hold the camera still. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Deck 9. In you go. Concentrate. So let's see how straight we can walk down the corridor.
It's a long corridor.
And this is nothing to do with alcohol. This is the... Oh, Lord, it's uphill. Oh. I think I'll be bouncing off the walls in a minute.
I'll be fine.
You're doing well, Liz. Oops.
I'm fine.
Is it a trick walking at like a 20-degree angle? So we're bashing about a bit at the moment, and the bar shut early. In fact, we were the last to leave.
Hard work.
It is hard work. Just walking is hard work. Oh God, this uphill again. I think it could be fun sleeping tonight. But despite the choppy sea conditions, we slept like babies. I've no idea why. Next time on Lindsay and Ken Travel Again, we start the long journey home to Southampton. But there's still plenty of fun and activities on board, so why not join us and find out what we got up to?
Good evening, all.